It's the NFL on EA Sports, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us down south to Mercedes-Benz Stadium on the west side of downtown Atlanta. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we've been around for a minute. As the kids like to say, I call your games. There are guys who you played with back in your day who are now the veteran players in the league. And we got a couple of veterans here at quarterback. What a difference it makes for a team when they come in with a guy who knows what he's doing back at quarterback.
Oh, it really does. And remember, Mike, the only way to gain experience is to gain experience. There's no magic formula. You got to be in the fire, make mistakes, make great plays, learning lessons. The more you see, the better you get. And no position is that more magnified than in the NFL at the quarterback position. So the fact that these guys have played so many games, so many seasons, they've seen so much, that's a huge advantage for each of these teams. Now the question is, in today's matchup, who comes out on top?
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Falcons, led out by their quarterback, Kirk Cousins. One of the big moves in the offseason, Atlanta acquiring Cousins in free agency. He had 6 years in Washington, the last 6 in Minnesota, and now he begins his run this season with the Falcons.
Ever since he was drafted in the 4th round, all this guy has done is continue to surpass all expectations. And Mike, this isn't some physical specimen like we see throughout the league who has all these unique physical attributes. But he is about as consistent and even keel as the quarterback position gets. And it doesn't hurt that he is a beloved figure in every locker room he finds himself in. They know with this guy behind center.
Oh, what an inauspicious start. It's intercepted. That's the safety, Malik Hooker. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Early in the game, Mike, sometimes you just can't resist. First play, let's chuck it deep. Let's see if we can get this defense on their heels early. Well, we just saw worst case scenario when doing just that. Not only can you not connect, the ball falls into the waiting arms of this defense, and that one shot is all you got on your opening possession.
Cowboys coming out. As usual, it's Dak Prescott leading the way. Led the NFL in touchdown passes, Greg, a season ago. Already his 9th year at the helm for the Cowboys.
There aren't many quarterbacks in this league who come under the microscope as often as this guy does. I mean, he isn't perfect by any means, but you can certainly do a lot worse than having him lined up as your guy leading your offense. He has the athleticism to bail himself out of bad situations, but also the arm talent to make every throw on the field. So as long as he protects the ball, that's been the biggest thing in his career. If he can do that, man, he's as good as they come in this league.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Prescott on first down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
Second down, Prescott. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as My guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
A first carry now for Rico Dowdle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Prescott. A short throw caught by Ferguson. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
A great chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1. Come a little closer. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. He slams it in there, and he is in. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Dallas. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Ray McLeod on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Now the 2nd-year man out of Texas, Bijan Robinson. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmaker.
Now Mike McCarthy not happy with that call, and he has thrown the challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling. The ball not moving around. He has control. So that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game. Third and 5. To throw is Cousins. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. But he'll gather it back in. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to...
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
I think after that last sack, we're going to see a little bit of change in strategy and philosophy by the offensive coordinator. He decided to go empty backfield. That means there's no one back there to assist with the offensive line to pick up blitzes just like that. Keep more guys back there. Keep your quarterback upright. There's some opportunities downfield, but not if you don't protect the quarterback.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Man, he fit that one in a tight window. One thing he showed off was his arm strength and his accuracy, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really amount to much.
Throwing is Cousins. Trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Cowboys offense ready for their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Pistol now for Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They face 2nd down and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. To the outside, looked in by Lamb. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down, Cowboys.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Now think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. One quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Here's a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Prescott. There's Ferguson, the tight end. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
2nd down and 8. Here's Prescott. Will get this out quickly to Lamb. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
On 3rd down, Prescott. And that is incomplete. Justin Simmons with the good defense on that one to break it up.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get back to work. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Cousins. Short throw taken by Pitts. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Give to Robinson from the pistol. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They'll go again with Robinson. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
Complete. Former 1st-round pick Drake London with the catch. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. Here's 1st and 10. Now, Cousins. That one is caught by Mooney. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On the handoff, it's Robinson. He'll be brought down. Short pickup. It's at the 26. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing now, Cousins. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Cousins now. In trouble, and down he goes. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their 2nd. Fourth down, and the Falcons turn to Younghoe Koo for the field goal. This one from 47 yards out. Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff can get a chance to look him over during the break. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
That's complete to Cavante Turpin.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
A ball deep for the end zone. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Falcons offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Cousins to throw. That's the tight end, Pitts. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Cousins. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Now, Cousins. And that ball picked off. It's the ball hawk, Trayvon Diggs again. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The Cowboys offense going to take over just before the half. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. First and 10. Dak to throw. He'll look underneath here and find Dowdle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. Spotted at the 45, this is a 55-yard attempt. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys go out to a 10-3 lead. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Cowboys are in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime reports. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cowboys offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing is Prescott. That is made. That is Schoonmaker. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Now Prescott. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Matthew Judon in there for the sack.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And, man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field as he's on to punt for the second time. McLeod to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. There's Kirk Cousins. He and the Falcons set for their next drive. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Cousins. That's caught. Ray McLeod. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Cousins out of the gun on 3rd down. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. To the right, that's Pitts. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll run it here with Robinson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Cousins. That's to Pitts, the tight end. And the Falcons are going to be set up. 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Cousins going to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. from the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Cousins. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Cousins. The pressure all over him. He goes down again.
Everybody on that sideline, when you find yourself in a goal-to-go situation, you're all thinking the same thing. You're getting 6. Well, next thing you know, you've given up 2 sacks on the previous 3 plays, and I think here on 4th down, I've lost all confidence in my protection, and I think you got to settle for the 3.
Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This from 45 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Cavante Turpin on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Dowdle. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
It's a big play when they needed it the most. It's a gain of 49.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives. An
opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Here's a run. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
This defense knows the importance of this drive. They have to keep this game at one possession. That's a great start there on first down.
Backed up to the 3. It's second and goal. They'll run with Dowdle. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Rico Dowdle. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Cowboys are able to extend the lead. It's now 17-6. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Avery Williams on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing his Cousins. That one taken in by London. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. That one is caught by Mooney. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Now, Cousins. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Cousins now. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
A first down throw for Cousins. The pressure there got to him. He's hit as he threw it, and that pass falls incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and It's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
He's got his man. It's Mooney. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Now, a big third down. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter. You know, the hardest part about these missed kicks, Mike, is for all the guys that work so hard to put the ball in position to come away with points. You kind of trot off the field. You're hoping that next possession has a different result.
The Cowboys offense make their way out to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Now Dowdle. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. They'll stick with him again. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.